Support WrestleTalk!
Give us a subscribe.
It's John Cena versus The Fiend at WrestleMania 36. I am Chopper Pete Quinnell. This is Randy Andy Datson. Welcome to the WrestleTalk podcast review of SmackDown. Please give this video a like, give us a subscribe so you can check out all our other awesome content as well, and leave a comment down below letting us know what you thought of SmackDown. First things first though, WrestleTalk Live is happening on March 16th. Go get your tickets. Come see us. We're going to be doing a live podcast. You get to see loads of really cool UK wrestling. We've got, like, Rampage Brown's going to be there. Adam Maxted. WrestleTalk scholarship winner person, Callum Newman, against the OJMO. And, who's the other person in that bunch? It's a triple threat. It's OJMO, Callum Newman, and someone else that's really exciting, and I've forgotten their name.
Yes. I know what he looks like.
Yeah, so do I.
But I've forgotten his name.
But trust me, it's going to be a really cool time. Really excited for that show. Go get your tickets. Come watch us. Let's talk about SmackDown. So, the final segment of this show.
Yes.
We'll go through the rest of the show when we go through the full review later. But this segment was John Cena's very much hyped return to the show. This was, he'd been announced weeks in advance. And on this show, there were loads of video packages throughout the show reminding you that John Cena will be on this show. They showed clips from his career, like his debut, his first world title win at Mania 21, his battle against The Rock at Mania 29, and then his 16th world title at Royal Rumble 2017. So they showed all these clips throughout the show, and finally, main event segment, John Cena's here, etc.
Yes.
I can do that now because Blompier's at WrestleTalk, so I can copy him from his old booking videos.
Well, yeah, no, I did think there were a few too many video packages.
There's quite a lot.
We do know that John Cena is coming back by this point. I don't think anyone kind of had gone into watching the show thinking, I wonder if John Cena's coming back, and then only just found out during the show. Yeah,
and I mean...
they mentioned it a lot in the last few weeks.
I see why they wanted to do this, because I think, especially with the content of what Cena's promo was, having little highlights of his career building up to recent day makes sense. It might have been a bit much, but I didn't mind it as much as a lot.
No.
I prefer that to hype up a segment that's coming rather than replaying everything that's happened on the show 17 million times.
Absolutely, and I was genuinely excited to see what he had to say, because, I mean, everyone kind of knew what was going to happen.
Yeah,
but
to a degree,
I was still kind of, I always like just watching him do his thing, because he's such
really
a good promo.
He's great.
And you forget what having a brilliant promo on a show is like when he's sort of not around all the time. And I thought the crowd was really into him. Obviously, it's in his hometown, or home state anyway.
It's home state, and I think Boston's close to West Newbury.
Yeah, probably. Although, when you say close in America, it's not quite the same, because you can go, Dallas and Houston are both in Texas, but they're like 400 years apart.
Texas is bigger than the entirety of the UK, so...
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
But
anyway,
John
Cena comes out, does his whole "you can't see me" stuff, entrance, full works, comes out and cuts a great promo, a classically great Cena promo, saying that, he got chills from the crowd, it's great to be back, all that stuff. It was a massive reaction for Cena as well. And then he starts talking about saying he listens to the crowd, even if it feels like sometimes they don't listen to you. Cena's always listening. He hears them after every Raw, after every NXT, after every SmackDown on Fox.
On Fox.
On Fox. Make sure it's on Fox, just so you know. It's on Fox. And he said he's passionate about the future of this company. And I know that you guys are passionate about the future of this company. And he builds up this promo, and he's saying that I'm not going to wrestle at WrestleMania this year because spots at WrestleMania
should be earned.
They shouldn't be something that just handed out. And I know how hard it is. You have to work so hard to get a spot on that WrestleMania card. So I'm not going to take away from another spot that someone could have. Which was I didn't believe him because it's Cena, he's coming back, he's probably going to have a Mania match. However, he's a very good promo, and I bought the promo.
Yes, exactly.
But I didn't buy him actually not wrestling at WrestleMania.
No.
But I did. I wasn't like, well, you're obviously lying. I thought he was very genuine when he came across with it.
Yeah, and it's like you said, it's all about building new stars like Goldberg, The Undertaker.
Yeah.
You got to build these new stars, and obviously they've earned their matches at WrestleMania by turning up in Saudi Arabia and having a spot. But it was really cool. He kind of goes, you know what, I'm not going to do it. He got quite emotional. Puts the English sort of, I appreciate you all, and then puts the microphone down, exits the ring, walks up, so does his weird salute, which is
salute thing.
Salute there, and then, as we all knew was about to happen.
No, we didn't.
I did. The lights go vroom, 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 vroom. Fiend appears behind him.
What was great was when the lights came back up, we had the same shot of Cena, and we couldn't see the Fiend behind him. I really like this camera work.
Although Cena clearly hasn't watched SmackDown for a long time, because Fiend is always behind you. He's never not behind you. But it was, so he kind of stands there for a bit going, and then he turns around. The Fiend's there, kind of looking at him. I was watching Saudi Arabia showdown thing with some friends, and they had never watched wrestling before, and they said, that Fiend person has the weirdest body shape I've ever seen. And you can see what they mean. He's got very skin legs. He's got skin legs.
He's got skin legs, that lad.
He's got very skinny legs, and then quite kind of just bulky upper body, and then just kind of because he's got this mask on, it looks like he's got no neck. So he looks a bit like Gollum from Pokemon or Golem or whatever. But
Jesus.
Yeah, so then they're all sort of looking at each other for a bit, and then he just does the.
This is really good audio content. This is also a podcast, Datson.
He points at the sign.
There we go. Well done.
John Cena kind of looks at the crowd, who are all going absolutely ape poo for this match.
They were.
And then he just goes, tips his hat to the Fiend. Match confirmed. Fiend versus John Cena at WrestleMania. Why isn't this for the title?
It's a good question. It should be, really, shouldn't it?
Because, and I haven't stolen this from Reddit, what this should be is the Fiend should have beaten Goldberg.
Yep.
And then the Fiend come out and goes, I've destroyed everyone. And then John Cena comes out and goes, not me, whatever.
The Fiend cutting a promo?
No, not the Fiend, but Bray Wyatt, kind of, the Fiend's got everyone. And then he just puts up a new photo as John Cena. And then Goldberg can come out later in the show and go, I want a match at WrestleMania, I deserve it. Roman comes out, goes, well, you're a part-timer, you don't deserve this, but you know what, I'm going to give you this match anyway. Spear versus Spear, that's much better. It's not Goldberg with the Universal Championship, but it's still a match for Goldberg. Great, whatever, don't really care about that. However, Cena is going for the 17th record title reign. It's against the Fiend, who's this unstoppable champion. That's much more exciting.
And the Fiend just coming off beating Goldberg.
Yeah.
To then have Cena go, I'm going to put you down, Jack, and whatever else he says.
Bray.
I think, but he says Jack. I think that would make for a much more compelling story. I'm still really excited for this match. I think it's going to be a really fun match.
Yeah, absolutely.
And hopefully, if the right person wins, it will be a nice kind of cathartic comeuppance for Cena, who beat him at WrestleMania 30. This will be kind of a nice kind of circular story where Fiend can finally get the win back over him here. And I'm still really excited for this match. I really didn't like Cena saying, I'm not going to take a match. And then Fiend goes, sign. And Cena goes, yeah, all right. You convinced me. I'll have this match now.
I get that, but also he did, basically, he said, I listened to the fans. Fiend goes, WrestleMania. Cena goes, what do you think, everyone? And then they go, yeah. And he goes, okay, I'll have this match. So I get what the story they were trying to tell was, but I see what you mean. Like, I don't deserve a match. Oh, all right then.
Unless someone points at the sign, and then I'm contractually obligated to have this match.
Exactly.
It really undermines Cena's promo, but I think even possibly the thing I didn't like more than that was the Fiend coming out and just pointing at the sign. Like, it's the Fiend.
Yeah.
Every other person that he's challenged has been because he's attacked them. He's done horrible things to a lot of people. He's made people cry in the corner of a ring. He's ripped people's hair out with his bare hands. And for Cena, he goes, sign.
Yeah, no, I get that. I get that. It wasn't very Fiend-like. It was when he cut that promo at the beginning of TLC. He just sort of, the Bray Wyatt just kind of cuts out. Oh, there's going to be chairs. There's going to be ladders. It's like, This isn't Bray Wyatt. This is just a person saying a thing. This could be anyone.
Yeah.
But
still, though, despite that, I'm still really looking forward to this match. I think it's going to be really, really fun. I'm hoping that with both of the... Obviously, Bray Wyatt has a lot of creative influence over his character and his matches and things like that. John Cena obviously has a lot of creative control over his matches and things like that. So I'm hoping with those two combined, they can make something really special for this year's WrestleMania. I think it could be one of the matches of the night if it's treated properly.
And I feel like the crowd's going to be super hot for it as well.
I hope so, yes.
And then Cena wins with 1 AA.
Yeah. So aside from the way it was built, I just didn't like the fact that Cena just said, I'm not going to take any spots away. It's really cool for people to grind and work and earn their spot. And then Fiend goes, but we should fight though. Yeah. And he goes, yeah, right.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm very excited for it. Let's get into talking about the rest of the show. And this might get a little bit ranty. Prepare yourselves for this one. So Goldberg comes out to open the show. Very mixed reaction. Mixed reaction for Goldberg. There was some cheers on his entrance. As soon as he started to talk, boos.
Hey Pete, are they saying boo?
No, I think they're saying Goldberg.
We set that one up earlier.
We did. It doesn't work as well when two people do it. It should be one person, really. But he comes out and he says, do not be mistaken, it's not about who's last, it's all about who's next.
And that's all he said.
That's... I don't even know if that makes sense, but he said the catchphrase, so I guess it's okay.
Yeah. He has the busiest face of any human being I've ever seen. He's just standing there looking at that going...
Again, great audio content, mate.
He's doing weird faces for our podcast listeners. But yeah, he's just going to stand there going, nah. And then Roman's music hits and he just goes, bah! Like, I like the idea that someone's dubbing over that going, ha ha ha, rather than what he's probably doing, which is ha 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 ha.
Okay, that sounded really different. Anyway, yes, the important bit of this, which you really skipped over, Roman Reigns came out to answer this. And he comes out really hyping up the crowd. Yeah, I'm the big dog. Rah, rah, rah. He gets in, they soak up the crowd, they stare off for ages, and then Roman gets in his face and just goes, I'm next, and then walks away.
A real titanic opponent. I just hope he doesn't crash into a Goldberg.
I hate the fact I smiled at that. I did not like this.
No.
I am perfectly okay with Goldberg versus Reigns.
Yes.
I'd say there's two things.
It's the match that makes sense.
There's two things. One, I don't think that needs to be for the title.
No.
Personally. But if it is going to be for the title, have Roman win a #1 contenders match. Good God, this is possibly going to be the main event of WrestleMania, and he's come out and just gone, me. And they're going, yeah, right. Have him win a match for it. How is he going to be in the main event of WrestleMania when all he's done for 6 months is beat up Baron Corbin and feud over dog food? That is ridiculous. If the main event of Mania was decided by someone walking out and just going, me. I want to fight, and then they go, yeah, right. I hated it. I hated the way this was set up.
It also undermines the fact that Sheamus last week went, I'm going to be in the Elimination Chamber. And
now they don't have one.
And then they don't have one. And they've gone, oh, crap, we need one, though. Just do one later. Let's tag one.
Why didn't they just have the Men's Elimination Chamber match next Sunday and then Reigns wins?
Or, here you go, who's next? Out comes Roman. Out comes Braun. Out comes everyone. And they go, you're in the Elimination Chamber.
Put it in the Elimination Chamber. God, I don't understand why they've just gone, Reigns though, innit?
Yeah.
For the Universal title, this might main event the show over Lesnar and McIntyre.
Because what this means is instead of having Roman against Braun, against Daniel Bryan, against Nakamura, against everyone, we have to have the Lucha House Party in there. and I don't know.
We'll get to that in a bit, but...
I'm not going to get as shrill as Pete, but it was really stupid.
It was really dumb, and I know this is probably a minor thing because I am looking forward to the match still, and I think it's going to be fun. I just can't get over the way this was made. This was a running theme on this show, was things just happen. Screw reasons, screw stories. Things just happen.
And I'm not going to discuss other wrestling promotions, but this just would not happen in that promotion because they just actually build a story.
And that's not even just limited to one promotion.
No.
This wouldn't happen in several promotions that I can think
even
of.
Even in NXT, which is still under the WWE banner, you don't just get Adam Cole coming out going, oh, I'm undisputed, and then I don't know, Kona Reeves comes out and goes, yeah, me too. And they're like, oh, that's our match for WrestleMania weekend. No, you have a story running several weeks and months. And I'm just going to keep doing this.
Okay, great. Yeah, I can't get on board with this. And it did get confirmed. This wasn't just like a little tease of, after the Chamber match, we might see Reigns versus Goldberg the way they were doing Baszler versus Becky, but Baszler's still in the Elimination Chamber match. No. This got confirmed later on the show with a full graphic and everything. It is Roman Reigns versus Goldberg at WrestleMania because, to quote Michael Cole, what a moment it was. What a moment when Roman Reigns came out.
Poor Sheamus. Although I have heard, I can't remember where I heard it, there was a rumour that there's going to be Sheamus Bryan at WrestleMania, possibly.
Doesn't surprise me.
To do their kind of repeat of their 16-second match several years ago.
See, I'm not overly against that. I prefer Bryan Gulak because I think that would be a better match. And also I want them to build up Gulak more, but that's just me. We'll get to that in a little bit. We got the first of the John Cena video packages next. We've already gone through all of those. And then after the Cena video package, SmackDown Women's Champion, Bayley, is already in the ring. Don't get to see her entrance.
Well, you saw her name on the Titantron briefly.
It's a really prestigious title belt, that one. And then Naomi, who she beat at Super Showdown, gets a full entrance.
Yeah, but it's cooler, because she goes, and it's glowing, and she goes, and it's kind of glow.
She goes, what, sorry?
She goes... No, I meant the music goes like blah, 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 blah. It's like a bit of dubstep. I love dubstep.
It's not dubstep in the slightest.
Dubstep.
Anyway.
So she comes out and it turns out they're just going to have another match.
Unless I completely missed something. They didn't announce what this was. They were like, oh, it's Bayley. Oh, it's Naomi. I was like, are they having a match? Promo? Are they having a rematch for the title? What's happening? I don't understand. Please tell me what's going on.
And then Naomi charges towards Bayley because the match does start, and then Bayley goes, no, I'm only here to introduce Sasha Banks, or Grammy nominee.
Future Grammy Award
And then
winning.
I forgot how much I hate Michael Cole shouting, boss time.
It's boss time.
So the match starts for about 5 seconds, in runs Banks to beat up Naomi, but then Lacey comes out and she evens the odds.
Oh, God. That's actually a good one. Damn it.
And it was a pretty classic tag match.
Yeah, they just restarted it as a tag match.
Greg Hamilton is now Teddy Long because he goes, this is now a tag match.
This is now a tag match. Well, that's not the last we'll see of Greg Hamilton in this show as well.
No, he's the new authority.
He's the authority now. Match gets restarted as a tag match, and they beat down Naomi for the majority. Lacey Evans gets a hot tag. She comes back in, runs wild. Quite like Lacey Evans' hot tags. She's getting pretty good at them, I think. Connecting with the crowd at the very least. But Naomi beats Bayley. That's how this match ends.
It was a roll-up, so it wasn't like super...
Exactly. It was a roll-up.
Not the last roll-up we'll see this evening.
The ultimate finisher in the women's division, a roll-up, and Naomi beats Bayley. I have no idea what's next now, because Bayley just beat her at Super Showdown.
Yeah.
Naomi beats her in this match. Is it going to be Naomi Bayley again? Is Lacey involved? Is Sasha involved? I don't know.
My theory is that it will be Naomi Bayley again at Elimination Chamber. And then at WrestleMania, it'll be Bayley versus Naomi versus Lacey versus Sasha.
In a four-way. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. I could get on board with that. I'd like to see a four-way between them. That'd be really cool. After that, it was a fine match. Disappointing finish.
We're still upset about the Goldberg thing.
Yeah, totally. But then New Day backstage. Big E and Kofi are walking backstage. We get confirmation that it's Kingston versus Roode next. and they bump into a dude holding a football, an American football.
Yeah, I was going to say, I wouldn't have known that he played football unless he was holding a football. I mean, like I was saying earlier, I just walk around with a giant notepad and a big comedy pencil so people know that I'm a journalist, and you walk around with a giant camera in front of your face so they know you're an on-screen personality on YouTube.
I just walk around with a big YouTube button.
Yeah, that one.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not normally there.
Yeah. But the thing I really liked about this one was we got confirmation it was Kingston versus Roode, and as New Day are walking, you think it's just going to be a classic, we're walking in the corridor, we're in action next segment. But no, you have New Day, they come in, and then Roode and Ziggler come in from the other side.
Just go.
And then it zooms into Kingston and Roode, and they just look at each other and just go, grrr. And then it fades to black. It's like, okay. Yeah. But then it is Kingston versus Roode next. Crowd were really into Kofi Kingston in this match.
Yes.
It was really nice to hear. Which is a shame, yeah. Big New Day chants, big Let's Go Kofi chants. There was a spot that you and I disagree on. I thought it was quite clever. I thought it was quite smart. Where on the outside, Big E and Roode are getting into it. And Roode then kicks the steel steps and then pretends to be hurt. Referee looks over and just goes, "Hey, Big E, did you do the thing?" Roode's like, "Oh no, my head," because he kicked the steps. And then the referee ejects Big E from the match, assuming that he had attacked Roode.
Yes, and he's so sure that he's attacked him that he's willing to send him out the back. Therefore, it should be a DQ. Because you can't attack people. If you're that sure that it was a DQ, or do you have to see an attack for it to be a DQ?
But then I'd say he's not certain that it actually happened. But he was like, "Hey, just in case it did, out of here. No, I'm not having it. Not having you interrupt this match again, right?"
Should have booked him for diving.
So, yeah, he ejects Big E in a unique spot. It's not a spot we see all the time. It's something different. I liked it. But that's literally the first time a ref has ever heard any sort of interference that he's not been directly looking at.
Yes.
But we see Mandy Rose watching this match backstage. But then the finish comes later on in the match where Kofi hits Roode with an SOS, kind of near the ropes. Ziggler puts Roode's foot onto the ropes and then gets the attention of the referee. He stops the count. Kingston goes, "Grr, Ziggler, you on the outside," and then Roode rolls him up.
Yeah, another roll up. That's the most devastating SmackDown finisher in the world. Don't demonetize me for that one. That wasn't.
Yeah. But then, does the roll up, which is really unfortunate for Kofi. Loses the tag titles at Super Showdown, and the next night gets rolled up by Robert Roode.
Which is great because it is pretty much exactly 1 year on from the start of Kofi Mania.
Oh, it's starting again. You watch. This is just the start of the story now.
Okay. Cool. Got it.
But then immediately after this match happens, Ziggler and Roode are celebrating around the ring, and it cuts backstage. Now it's where Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose are watching this match, and Sonya just says to Mandy, "It seems your man seems happy."
And she's referring to Dolph Ziggler. Oh,
she's referring to Dolph Ziggler. And Mandy's just kind of like, meh.
What a devil.
Is she like, "Meh, he doesn't seem happy," or "Meh, he's not my man"? Otis is your man, Mandy. I see through your lies and deceit, Sonya, you witch. After that, we cut to another backstage segment. It's depressed Otis, everybody. He looks great. I love him.
I think he's just, love is his drug, and he's just, Mandy is his drug. Is Mandy slang for drugs?
I don't know.
I think it is.
I'm not hip and cool. I don't do drugs. Tucker comes in to speak to Otis. Otis was watching that match on a TV backstage as well. And Tucker says, "Hey man, sometimes it doesn't work out. Sometimes the guy doesn't get the girl. Maybe you just need to let Mandy go." And Otis initially was like, "Oh, I want to get the girl." But then he said, "You know what, next week you need to come back. You need to perform for people that would never choose Ziggler over you."
Yes.
That's the WWE universe.
Absolutely.
And Otis was just like, "Yeah, I will come back next week stronger. I am Otis. I'm cool." So hopefully we get to see proper Otis next week.
Yeah, absolutely. And the rumor is that it'll be Otis Ziggler at WrestleMania.
Which I'd be well into.
Absolutely.
With Mandy at ringside.
Of course she'll be at ringside. She'll go for whoever wins. Probably Otis.
Definitely Otis.
But as we know, as we'll talk about later, they'll probably be able to come face to face earlier than that because they're both going to be inside the Elimination Chamber. So I hope there's a good face-off, stare-off in there.
That would be great, yes. After that, we get a contract signing for the Intercontinental Championship. Renee Young is hosting. Love Renee. She's great.
Yes.
And it's Shinsuke Nakamura versus Strowman because has Shinsuke won anything to have this match? I feel like he's just lost a lot.
Yeah. Well, the most important thing about this is that Braun Strowman has a new haircut.
He's got a mullet.
And because I write my notes on my phone, sometimes it autocorrects. All I've written here is, how does Brain grow hair so quickly?
How does Brain?
Because it's autocorrected from Braun to Brain.
Getcha.
But yeah, so Sami Zayn kind of goes, whoa, calm down. Take a seat. And Braun just goes, okay, picks it up and goes, yeet, and just throws it out the ring.
I'm sorry, I can't get over the fact you just enunciated your T on yeet.
Yeet.
Yeet. Yeet.
And he goes like, oh, I could take on all three of you. It's going to happen anyway. And Sammy goes, oh, okay. Sure. And because Braun then signs it and Sammy goes, well, you said that now. So all three of us are going to sign it.
Yeah.
And that's what's happened.
I don't know if that's how contracts work, that someone signs it and goes, right, I'm going to change the contract
If we can
now.
all fit our name on this line, I think that's fine.
So now it's been made official. It's a 3-on-1 handicap match for the Intercontinental title.
And if Braun doesn't win this, I will forfeit the entire Wrestle League.
I'm taking that as canon right now. Yeah. I started speculating about what would happen if one of the three won it, and then I realized that it's not going to happen, so there's no point.
Yeah.
They start triple teaming him. Sami Zayn did a haluva kick, which was cool.
I
haven't
kicks.
seen him do that in ages. It's great. They did a really cool triple team where they took the table where they were announcing stuff. Cesaro and Shinsuke got him up in a suplex position, and then Sami ran in and kicked his head, and then they did the suplex
was cool.
through it, which was a cool triple team.
I really liked that spot.
I liked it. So that match is going to be Braun doing Braun things.
Yes, he's going to do that thing and run around the ring and knock everyone over. And then I imagine Zayn will take the pin or something.
Probably, yes. We got a replay of Goldberg and Roman and Michael Cole telling us what a moment this was. Was it really, though? Not really.
And then we got an AJ recap, didn't we? I thought we got an AJ Styles recap just from Saudi Arabia saying
an Undertaker recap. Thank you very much. It was after the entrance for Daniel Bryan, which was in the next match. It was Daniel Bryan's entrance, and then we got a quick recap of the Undertaker coming back and chokeslamming AJ Styles. And it turns out it's going to be Daniel Bryan versus Curtis Axel.
With Drew Gulak at ringside on commentary, who seems to be trying to make kind of sort of undercard stars Axel, like Curtis, and who was it last time?
That was almost a pun.
Heath Slater last time round. So that's kind of seems to me he feels like a kind of Pokemon gym leader who's sending out all of his goons, and then eventually Bryan will get to him. He's not a very good gym leader. He's probably kind of like Brock in the first one. In the first one, in Pokemon Blue, or Yellow, or Red, or Green, or Leaf Green, or Fire Red.
Please stop talking. Jesus. He comes out, and Gulak is essentially saying, I know holes in Bryan's plan. I'm going to coach these other guys to take down Bryan. And Curtis Axel got in quite a lot of offense.
What I've noticed is that every week that goes by, the person gets more offense in. So it's kind of like, Gulak is helping these guys.
Absolutely,
so
cool. He's doing a pretty good job, but I just don't think they have the physical ability to be able to cope with Bryan. But you know who does? Drew Gulak himself. Bryan versus Gulak at WrestleMania, give him enough time, that could be an absolute show stealer, because both of them are fantastic
submission
wrestlers.
Masters.
Exactly, that would be a technical masterclass. I'd be well into that. So if they carry on with this, I'd be well up for it. Out next was Miz and Morrison with their brand new title belts.
Hey, hey, ho, ho.
Oh God, I hate that that's catching on. They come out and they say, the sequels are better, including the Marine. And Morrison's like, I didn't know you were a Marine too. He was like, I was in 3, 4, 5, and 6. It counts. They try to get over the Miz and Morrison hey, hey, ho, ho thing. It's weird. Yeah. Still don't like it. And then they start celebrating with Miz's music. Okay. Yeah. And I don't really know what this segment is.
And then you see a ref talking to Greg Hamilton
you just see
at ringside.
A ref. Yeah.
And then Greg goes, I've just been informed that the Miz and Morrison's first SmackDown title defense will be against the New Day.
And they're like, oh, sure, and whatever.
Then it goes, and Heavy Machinery, and the Lucha House Party. And you see them kind of in the ring going, what? And then they go, and Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler, and the Usos inside Hell in a Cell. They're like, what?
Hell in a Cell?
It's a big chamber. Inside Elimination Chamber. It's all the same thing.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, I can't do that. And then the Usos music hits, and we've got.
And it's Miz and Morrison versus the Usos.
Yes, it
is.
is.
That supposed to happen, or did they just come out because of the Elimination Chamber announcement?
They just heard their name.
Things just.
They heard their name at the end and went, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then they come out, and then they have a match, which is, it's just a match. And then the finish happened. I was like, what?
This was a fine match. This was a perfectly good match. Fairly standard, but pretty good. Usos and Miz and Morrison are pretty good in-ring wrestlers, so it was a fine match. And then the finish comes, which comes out of absolutely nowhere. A top rope Canadian destroyer. What?
And then a splash.
And then the splash to finish, which isn't as impressive.
No.
But is literally from the top. Morrison was standing on the second rope, kind of leaning over the top turnbuckle. The other Uso comes in as if they was going to do like a sunset powerbomb, flips over the top into a Canadian destroyer. I was like, what? What? Huh? It was awesome. What a spot. Cool. It was amazing. And then the other Uso dives off the corner and into the splash for the win.
What I didn't like is that they just immediately pinned the SmackDown, the new tag champions.
First day after winning the tag belts, and they just lose clean to the Usos. Not a great look.
And it wasn't a roll-up. It was genuinely just, we beat you because we're better than you.
They just won because they're better wrestlers. Yeah. So I'm thinking that Miz and Morrison are going to retain in the chamber. Yeah,
and then it'll be Usos against them at Mania.
Correct, and the Usos will win.
Yes.
That's my prediction. After that, sorry.
We missed. There was a glitch.
There was a glitch.
There was a glitch, which is still this kind of circle Iron Man-y. I still think it's Ollie. Dave Meltzer seems to think it's Killer Cross, but you don't think so.
I don't think it's Killer Cross because he got teased on NXT this week. There was a lot of a video package with lots of apocalyptic imagery and clocks. More importantly, clocks.
I reckon it's the return of the Ascension.
Possibly. And then all of these clocks are very important because Killer Cross's thing is TikTok. Yeah. That's a thing. He's a very prominent content creator on the platform. You missed my joke because you were talking over me there, but it's okay. But yeah, so I think it's Killer Cross has already been teased on NXT, so I don't see him being on SmackDown, especially because the video packages are quite different. It's not like a glitchy type thing for NXT, so it doesn't look like it's the same character going on both brands or anything. So I think it's Mustafa Ali still. But then after that, we get the John Cena stuff, which we've already spoken about. So on this show, we got confirmed that it is going to be Roman versus Goldberg. It is going to be Cena versus Fiend. There's going to be the tag team elimination chamber match. So a lot of stuff was progressed.
The 3-on-1
Braun and 3-on-1 handicap match. So there was a lot of things that felt like they progressed in this. But
which is what we've been asking for.
Which is definitely what we've been asking for. It didn't feel like the same show again. However,
it was just
negative Nancy over here.
It was just the way it was executed. It was just poorly. It was very short-sighted. Like, I would much rather any day of the week see a singles elimination chamber for a shot. Even if, I don't care, I know Roman's going to win it, but I would much rather watch it than just have him going out and go, I'm next to me.
Yeah.
And it's just...
Friday Night SmackDown. Things just happen.
Yes.
That's their slogan.
Pretty much. Are you ready for a confusing time, basically?
Yes. Are you ready for a time without stories?
But because that was so frustrating for me, I can't give this show more than a 2 out of 5.
I'm really torn because I said this in my edited review as well. I can't tell if this is a personal pet peeve of mine that it annoyed me so much. I don't know whether it's going to annoy the vast majority of people watching. So for once, I actually split my vote between a smack bang in the middle and a smackdowner, because for me it was a 2 out of 5, but I don't know whether that's just me being really personally aggravated by something that's not going to annoy the vast majority of people.
Yeah.
So I think objectively it might be a 3 out of 5 show, because we are going to get some exciting matches coming. I'm excited for all the things that got made on the show, so that's good, but it really annoyed me.
From what I've seen reaction-wise, that's not what people are outraged by. People are outraged by the Cena Fiend thing, and they're just kind of like, but he just said he doesn't have a match, and then you just go, oh, WrestleMania though, and they go,
Mania! And he goes, yeah, you're right, let's fight. Anyway, I think that's all the time we've got. We've got no patron shout-outs for today, because we've done them all for the month. So,
but what's happening later this evening, Pete?
What's happening later this evening? It's AEW Revolution. Randy Andy Datson and Ollie Davis are going to be doing live
More importantly, Ollie
reactions.
Davis.
Going to be doing live reactions to AEW Revolution, so stay tuned for that. That'll be coming up later tonight. And also tomorrow, over on Parts Fun Known, No Rolls Barred Episode 1 is going to be launched on YouTube. If you want to watch it a day early, though, head over to No Rolls Barred's Patreon page, and you can get early access plus a whole bunch of other really cool perks over there. We're really excited for this first episode. It's so fun. We've put so much into this series, so please go and give it a watch. Give Parts Fun Known a subscribe. Watch No Rules Barred. Go and watch Adam Blumpier's announcement video of it. All that stuff. Show the love, because we really want this to be a success. But yeah, that's all the time we've got. Please press the videos that have just appeared on the desk to catch up with the latest awesome WrestleTalk things, and one of the buttons on the screen that'll make you a pledge hammer on Patreon as well. I've been Quinnell. This has been Randy Andy Datson, and that was SmackDown.